What's up, gang? It's Jay here, your accountability coach and ghetto psychologist. And if you are looking at this video, that means you are on my Patreon. Thank you. And I guess it's only befitting that I tell you who I am, what I'm about, what this page is about, before you decide to subscribe to any tier. And I hope you do. So, like I said, my name is Jay Lovelii. That is my alias. You can call me that. You can call me Jay. You can call me Jasmine. Whatever you prefer. However, I got this name. I made this name up. Might be about 7-8 years now when I came up with this name. I'm not exactly sure what made me come up with this name. I think I was inspired by somebody else's name. And I was like, you know what? I like that. But I'm not going to spell mine like theirs. I'm going to spell it different. I wanted to do the Lii because I plus I equals you and I too. Right? Anyway, but I can remember really my whole life, that I wanted to help people get better. I just knew very early on that something was wrong with the world, and I saw it in the people that I was around. Of course, the people that raised me. Not saying that I was in this tumultuous environment, but I could tell that everybody around me was struggling with something. I'm young, so I wasn't traumatized at that time. But it wasn't till soon after I experienced my first trauma, and my life kind of started to mold around this through line story of people are going to people, right? People are going to hurt people. People are going to leave you. People are going to have to deal with their own demons. And sometimes it looks like they may not love you. Sometimes it looks like they don't care about you. And I'm not saying that that's not, something that happens, that you'll learn that not everybody does love or care about you. However, there are some people who just don't know how to love and care, and they do with their emotions, but their actions are different. So for me, it was just like I wanted to just understand where they came from. So I was already a psychologist at heart. I was already a therapist at heart. I was already a healer at heart. And as life went by, and I was just going through my own things, and like I said, it was always this through line story of I was a healer. People would come to me. Like, I was very young, and strangers would like to just tell me their business. I don't know what that was about. I can remember I was like 10, 11 years old, and this lady was telling me her business. I don't get it, right? And that has always been something that happens, right? It's like a recurring theme in my life. So with that, when I went through my own spiritual journey, I say almost 10 years ago, after getting out of a very, very violent and abusive relationship, I started to find my own path into what a healer looked like, the wounded soul, the wounded healer. And when I learned that, I'm an empath. I pick up on everybody's emotions. I pick up on their cues. I'm easy to relate to and easy to relate with, right? So I can relate with other people. And I was like, let's put this show on the road, girl, and we're gonna be a therapist. We're gonna be what else I wanted to be? A therapist. The first thing I did was I became a life coach, right? So I got my life coach certification. And then it was like, this is not enough. I was doing all these other different things. I was teaching at once. I was always a sales girly. My first degree is in marketing, so I was always a sales girly. And honestly, what people don't understand about sales is you have to be an empathetic person. You have to know how to relate to people. You have to be a person who knows how to build rapport. You have to be able to connect. And that is a very, very valuable soft skill that can mostly be developed through sales and sometimes customer service. Sometimes. But anyway, I became a life coach in 2018, 2019. And I started getting a couple of clients. A lot of the people I was working with was just were friends. Well, not friends, but, associates. And I was like, okay, this is not going to work because I'm too close, right? So I started moving away from that because I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go about doing those things. Spend some time in an alternative lifestyle, and if you join the page, I'll talk a little bit more about that. I'm not gonna go into details in this video. But yeah, spend some time in an alternative lifestyle, made a lot of money, and then something shook, right? Nothing necessarily happened to me, but I think I went through another spiritual elevation, another spiritual awakening, and it was just like, I need to leave this alone and focus on what I was focused on before that, my true path, my true calling. Let's get back to that. And in the midst of that, I went to school to get my master's in school psychology. And now I am working to get my certification in behavior therapy. So everything about me is all things mental wellness, all things spiritual wellness, right? So you're going to learn that on this page. You're going to see me talk about a lot of things. I'm going to talk about, well, what you'll see now. I'll see what you see now is going to be a mixture of different things. You're going to see me touch bases on marketing, right? Because again, like I said, my degree is in marketing. Business is still important to me. However, that's not that's not my judge. But you will see a lot of my courses on here. Very, very, very valuable information. I mean, I was mentored by millionaires. So you're going to get millionaire advice per me. Not a millionaire yet, but I got advice from some. So make sure you picked up that gems that I'm putting down. But yeah, but a lot of it's going to be my courses. You're going to see spiritual videos. Matter of fact, one of my courses, Manifestation for the Elevated Black Woman, you'll see it titled as Manifestation 101. It is a spiritual course. So that's my first venture into making spiritual educational content. But I will say this as a disclaimer: I am not Christian. You might see that I'm not even Christian friendly, meaning that if you are a Christian, I will be testing your faith. Again, if I can't be a spiritual person and not believe in God, so don't worry about if I believe in God. Worry about if I believe in religion, because I don't. So we'll talk about it. If you, like I said, if you join, you'll see a lot of my videos sprinkled in talking about religion, harmful religious theology, and how it's so is rooted in separatism. I'm sorry. So you'll see that too. But you'll see some random stuff. I do like to gossip a little bit too. You'll see me talk about some celebrity gossip every now and then. It's not often, because a lot of time I be in my own bubble, minding my business. So if you're looking at this last point, you'll see 3 different tiers, right? And I try to be as thorough in my explanation of each tier as possible, but I will break it down like this for the people that don't like to read. The first tier is going to be the most basic tier. You're going to get the course Mental Marketing Mastery there. It's 4 videos, and it is going to help you build up your leads list, if you're a service-based business. The second tier is going to have that course along with the manifestation course that I mentioned earlier. And you'll get a lot of different things in each tier. And then the final tier, you will get access to all 3 of my courses: the Mental Marketing Mastery, the Manifestation course, and then the How to Think Like a Boss marketing course. That course is very in-depth. It teaches you how to create ads on Facebook. It teaches you how to assess those ads. It teaches you how to build your leads list. It teaches you about email marketing. It teaches you about copywriting. Girl, that course, man, if I didn't make that course and I attended that course, I know, if being unbiased, I would have walked away with a ton of information that I'm grateful that I got, right? So I think that's all I got to say. Let's see. Oh yeah, and on those last 2 tiers, you get a coupon to my brand, Living Lovely. Go to www.livinloveliii.com, where you can get my journals. I have an accountability journal. I have a manifestation journal. And then I have what's my other one? Matter of fact, I'll put them all up here. And then I have a Lovely Life Guide. All right. Now, these, you can get the hard copies on Amazon. But Lovely Life Guide, now, I'm gonna have a breakdown of what these journals consist of, but she's the one. If you are a business owner, get this one. If you are just trying to elevate who you are, get this one. If you are trying to manifest something big, get this one. Hell, get all three. But yeah, so below this post, this video, you will see the links to everything that is available that I have. I am not coaching currently because I'm still in school, and also I'm still getting some things together in my own life where I want to be better for the people that I'm here to serve. So this Patreon is my gift to anyone who wants to join, but especially Black female entrepreneurs, mainly because I know we are in trying times right now under this current administration, for who shall not be named. And I wanted to make things cost friendly, right? You can also still buy my courses separate to joining. You can get them as a collection, which is going to be pricier, but at least you'll have lifetime access to it without having to be on my page. You know what I'm saying? But, you get access. If you can watch all my videos in 30 days, because I already got 40-ish by the time I'm making this. Now, I don't know when you're going to be watching this. By the time you watch this, depending on when you look at it, could be way more. But if you can look at all of the videos in 30 days, then you really got a lot of valuable information for nothing. For little to nothing. But I'm going to end on this note. I can get a little long-winded, talking about a lot of things because I'm very passionate and excited for it. But go ahead and go through all of the different videos that you can see for free first. I tell people always get what you can get for free first. And if you feeling like, damn, I'm having withdrawals from Jay, go ahead and subscribe to a tier. My recommendation would be to do the best friend tier. It's the last tier. It's the best tier where you get all of the content that you can get from me every month. Signing out. Hey friend, if you are looking at this video, then you are interested in joining my Patreon. Congratulations to me. If you know by now, I'm pretty much silly. Now I am just doing this for the people that are not that familiar with Patreon. If you already know what you're doing, you can skip this part of the video and go about your business. Now, again, if you are a newbie to Patreon, when you get to my page, this is what you're going to see. And I think this is what you're going to see, because I know sometimes they say you're viewing it as a member. Now, you're not a member yet, right? But this is just a basic Patreon 101. You'll look at here. When you get here, you'll more than likely see it'll have like a little subscribe thing right here. You can subscribe to my Patreon for free, and you can see some content, but it's going to tease you and you're going to wish that you could see more. So the best thing to do when you get here is to scroll the wall and see what content you can see for free. Take a little look. That's what I do. Look at what I can see for free first. See if it's something I want to spend my money on. And then go ahead and decide which one you would like. So again, this is probably going to look a little different than what you would see, but these are the different tiers that you have. I'm not going to go through all of the details. You know how to read, and I have separate videos on what each tier has and offers. So I don't have to repeat myself in this video, but of course I'm going to tell you, this is the best one to get. You get everything that you can from me. But either one you pick, you're going to get valuable information regardless. Also, last point, you do have the option to purchase my courses by themselves. You don't have to join for a monthly subscription. You can just go ahead and say, hey, you know what? I want to get this course. I want to look at this course all the time, regardless of if I am subscribed or not. You're going to pay that one flat fee and you have access to it for a lifetime. And then lastly, if you want to go to the About Me, you can find all my socials here. You can find out who I am, Jay Lovelii. And you can join in and see what I'm doing on social media. Again, thank you so much. By the time you see this, I will have another tier that you can just donate if you don't feel like you want to join. If you don't feel like Patreon is the place for you, you just make a small donation. The donation is probably like $2, not even gonna be a lot, just to support another Black creator, another Black person who is centered on wellness and development for Black people. Love you guys.